whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the set?
Yeah, sure.
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Dude, the nerve of that guy. That quote, "Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?" It's like, bro, he's trying to just sweep it under the rug. Like, you're still talking about that guy with 1,000 victims, bro, that you promised to release this shit, that everybody's like, why is a woman in prison and there's 1,000 victims and none of the dudes are in prison? And like, bro, we should talk about that every day for the rest of his presidency. Not a moment goes by. I want reporters asking him about Jeffrey Epstein till the end of time. When I heard that, I was so pissed. Dude, that reporter, that reporter's probably getting fucking audited by the IRS, like right now as we speak. He's like, oh, audit time. Dude, Jesus.
Today, a reporter tried to ask Attorney General Pam Bondi about Jeffrey Epstein. But as you saw, President Donald Trump was not having it. Here's more.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having...
Dude, I've never wanted to 9-iron a motherfucker like I do this Trump guy. Yeah, like 9-iron to the dome, because of course Trump, he grabs women by the pussy. So he certainly doesn't care about 1,000 women being, graped and sexually assaulted and abused, right? Because he's an abuser. Okay, he doesn't give a shit about women being harmed, right? He's a harmer of women. 9-iron. Yes, let's go.
What do you think about those clips, Cenk?
Yeah, I think he's in a world of trouble. This tactic he's tried 1,000 times, which is like, oh, what a dumb question, fake news, blah, 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 right? And normally MAGA loves it, they eat it up, right? Zeke after a touchdown. So now though, they're like, what did you just say? We're all supposed to ignore Epstein? Nah. Okay, so you're about to see all that from MAGA in a second. But I'm just gonna say here, just think about this throughout the story, okay?
Joe Biden.
So now all the administrations, Biden, Trump, all of them have acknowledged that.
Dude, I knew he was going to Biden, bro. You see that? Oh, did I call it or did I call it? Jesus.
I'm just gonna say here, just think about this throughout the story, okay? So now all the administrations, Biden, Trump, all of them have acknowledged that Epstein victimized hundreds of girls, right? And victims. So now the Trump administration is saying, de facto the other administrations were also saying it, but Trump has now explicitly said it, his team, saying, no, we could not, even though hundreds of underage girls were raped, we couldn't find a single culprit. We're not going to prosecute one person who did any of those rapes. And we're choosing not to. That's amazing. That's insane.
See, I don't care. The fact that you go from Trump and Epstein are buddies, Epstein gets arrested, there's a mountain of evidence, a bunch of victims, 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪, against the will of the victims, goes and gives Epstein immunity on a plea deal, completely detonates the case. Epstein gets off free, the victims are crestfallen, and then Trump makes 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 his labor secretary, gives him a cabinet position. Then it comes out again, he gets rearrested, 𝗙𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 steps down and resigns, then Epstein ends up dead. That cannot be overlooked, okay? That connection right there, that runs right through Trump, from the case disappearing in the beginning and then the case and Epstein disappearing again, okay? So we're talking some serious All roads to Epstein go through fucking Trump-Istan. The suicide watch was nonsensical, right? Because A, nobody checked him. The guys lied about checking him. B, his room was filled with sheets. Who the fuck has like 8 sheets in their room if they're on suicide watch? That's, you know what I mean? Suicide watches, you get nothing. You have a mattress and like no blanket, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Oh yeah, he's on suicide watch. Let's go give him 10 sheets. Right? Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? Dude, what are they doing, bro? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, they're just like, here, please. You know what I'm saying? They're like, please, while you're on suicide watch, let me just give you this length of rope and a handful of really sharp knives. Okay. We're going to go have an extended coffee break. Right? Yeah. Nice play, guys. Nice play.
Look, there's only 2 possible theories. Jordan and I talked about it yesterday. One is that Trump's on the list, Clinton's on the list. Everybody on both parties are on the list. Everybody knows this theory, right? And so they don't want to release it because it's
It's gonna sink them all.
I don't believe that Trump could contain himself if if Clinton was on the list. He has verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, I mean, dude, here's the deal. If Trump wasn't on the list, I feel like he would leak some of the big names who are, right? Like the only reason Trump wouldn't leak people is if he too is on that list. Absolutely, dude.
Important Democrats on the list. He's going to say it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Okay, but more important than that is Trump grew up under the tutelage of Roy Cohn. And you know what Roy Cohn did? He would tape his sex parties and then use it as blackmail. Trump would have to be an extra level of moron to fall for that trick after he knows that trick. He saw Roy Cohn use that trick many times to get exactly what he wanted. So I'd be super surprised if he fell for that. Much more likely is who has enough power to stop the US government and both parties.
See, here we go. See, Jenky's like, no, Trump is too smart for that, right? Trump is too smart to like fall for the hidden camera. Now, with Cenk, it's real simple. All roads go through Israel, guys. Right? We know it's coming. Dude, Israel on the brain, dude. Jenky has, I got wet Israel brain. Right? That's it. Right? That's his thing, dude. You know it's coming. It is gonna be the only possibility for him.
From hitting each other with devastating intel. Well, the intelligence agencies. So it's, to me, the only possible answers are CIA or Mossad or both. And so if you made me put money on it, I'd say the only force in American politics that cannot be criticized is Israel. The CIA can be criticized to no end, and the Democrats are really going to protect the CIA. They're all going to protect. Trump, who hated his own intelligence agencies, is going to bother protecting the CIA and the deep state? Okay, I mean, if that's what you're going to hang your hat on. No, Trump is now protecting the deep state and I trust him. Okay, go ahead, hang your hat on that one. But the one set of folks that in my lifetime are not allowed to be criticized by American politicians or media or government is Israel. So if you made me bet on it, I'd bet Mossad. And I'd probably lay down a good amount of money.
You know, I mean, it's like all the congressional sexual assault things. Everywhere around the country, there's like closed door sexual assault allegations that get worked out with taxpayer money, get paid off. Everybody in Congress knows who these people are, but none of them talk about it. Because you can't. If you do it, they'll primary you. They will literally get you out of Congress. It's like the cops that know dirty shit is going on in the department, but they can't speak up because the department will take them out. So I think it's just, it just feels to me like it is that type of thing where it's people big enough in the power structure that your one job, if you get in there, you get the riches, you get the stocks, you get the wealth, you get the power, but you do have to just put the blinders down. And maybe it's not even obvious. Like maybe you'd have to go digging to know like who's who. But this idea that everything is a CIA or Mossad thing, I don't know. I don't know where I like fly on that kind of everything's an intelligence operating thing. But yes, he was assuming that because Trump was, privy to Roy Cohn, he was never going to be sex tape blackmailed, right? But I don't know, dude. I don't, to me, Trump is not particularly smart.
Elon is saying is that no, Trump is in the files. That would have come out before.
Dude, they keep saying that would have come out before. And it's like, no, it wouldn't, right? No, it wouldn't if a whole bunch of other people were in the files, right? Obviously, if they release just Trump, they'd have to like release the rest of it. I mean, come on, man. They keep trying to eliminate him because it hasn't been released yet.
Well, they were trying to stop him before. They're clearly coming after him. And I've never seen one piece of evidence to that. No, this all points towards bare minimum. Trump believes, and it's probably true, that if it comes out a bunch of head bankers and politicians and leaders and business leaders are in this, which we know they were, that will crash the stock market. That will just destroy America's image in the world. And so it's so horrible that they made the decision not to bring it out.
Dude, he's like turned it into Trump is saving America by protecting the pedophiles. Dude, let's do our mental gymnastics. Oh Lord, dude, I'm about to do a backflip. Don't mind me while I go do like exorcist, make my fucking head spin around, bro. Oh my God, dude. The laundering. Yeah, this guy, dude, this guy is like a pimple on the ass of humanity, bro. Dude, somebody just needs to pop that shit. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.